Hi folks, I'm Jason and this is my daily vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy. Well folks, it's just after 9 o'clock in the morning and this is what I came down to. We've got freezing fog, as you can see, the decking's frozen over. The fog is, thick, dense, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going out in it because I'll break my bloody neck. There you go, look at that. Everywhere's white. It's been a real thick fog. It's currently -5 degrees at the moment, and I think we've got quite a bit of bad weather coming. You can kind of feel it in the air. We were due to go out today, but I can't stand up on that. There's no chance. I'll break my neck. I will break my neck severely. I mean, even the path down there is white. It's frozen over. You can't see from here because it looks quite black, but there's a little tiny puddle about halfway up which you can't see. I'll try and zoom in if I can. And it's frozen over. It's frozen over. You know, this is as good as it gets, mate. This is it today. This is the weather. You know, I mean, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It looks really nice, but it's not what I can walk in. And anybody with CMT knows that. That will be a nightmare under your feet. So that's my video at the moment. Evening folks, it's Wednesday evening. It's been a strange day. Got up this morning, as you can see from the first video. It was very foggy and very icy. Now the ice hasn't let up all day. It's still bad. The decking's still quite frozen over. I put 1 foot on the decking this morning and nearly went flying, so from that minute on I knew I was going nowhere. So it's been a quiet day in. We've had a visitor. It was Janet again. Tony, who lives next door, his mum popped in and had a cup of tea with us and a bit of a rattle and good catch up. We've only seen her once since the start of the new year, so that was good. I had a delivery come, which, as you can see, is another Funko Pop, but this time it's a limited edition one. It's Harley Quinn, but she's in a limited edition, like a jester thing, if you like. I don't know what it's classed as. Yeah, like a jester thing, you know, all green and red, ready for Christmas. There's some pictures coming up in a minute anyway, you'll see them. And I'll show you the pictures now, and then I'll give you a movie review of a film we've just watched, which is the movie adaptation of Stephen King's Gerald's Game. Cool figure, wasn't it, them pictures, eh? I've got a mad collection, but here we go. Right, Gerald's Game. I've read the book, and the book is brilliant. The book is really suspenseful. It's a page turner. You know, you're sort of going, what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen. The film didn't live up to it, and I had a feeling it wouldn't, because not many films live up to the book adaptations. Film adaptations live up to the book, sorry. This one didn't. It tried, but it didn't. It wasn't as suspenseful. It wasn't, for me, as interesting. It didn't keep you glued to the screen. I can't give it more than 4. I'm only giving it 4 out of 10 because it's one of those films that you've got to be a real Stephen King fan to watch it to start with, because it is really slow. It is a very, very, very slow film. It's one of them where we had to stop it halfway through and make a warm drink so that we could sort of stay focused on it. Use that big thud if you just heard it. So yeah, it's kind of one of those films that I'm glad I've watched it, but I would prefer the book. I'm a big Stephen King fan, and I was told that I write in the style of Stephen King, which was a nice compliment, I think. Anyway, but that's my review. I would only give it 5 out of 10, and I'll tell you what it's about, basically. These are spoilers, obviously. Basically, a couple who have been married 11 years are trying to spice up their life, their relationship a bit. So they go to a country cottage type thing in the middle of nowhere, and the husband is into all the kinky stuff, and the wife is willing to go along with it in order to appease him. And he ties her to the bedpost with handcuffs, and basically she then decides she doesn't want to know because he's getting too rough, and he seems to have sort of like a rape fetish, which she is not amused with at all. So she tells him she wants him under the cuffs. He has been taking Viagra. Now, I don't know whether that links to what happens next, but he then has a heart attack. She thinks he's faking at first, but he has a heart attack, and literally he drops onto her. So she kicks him off the bed, and you hear a crunch. Now, she thinks he's playing about until she sees the pool of blood spreading. Now, the whole film is basically based on her trying to get her head around what's happened and trying to escape from these handcuffs. and she basically creates two people, her husband and her, to guide her. Her husband is not very helpful at all, and her is sort of the rational side of her personality. But it goes back to her childhood when her father relieved himself in front of his 12-year-old daughter, who's this woman. And it's very, it just doesn't do anything to me at all. It doesn't do anything for me. It really doesn't. It's got the ending, which is okay as an ending, but no, not really. But I would give it 4 out of 10. I can't give it any more than 4 because I couldn't stay glued to it. And if it hadn't been a Stephen King, I think I'd have turned it off after about 40 minutes because it really was boring. There was just nothing interesting or exciting in it. So that's my movie rating for today. Gerald's Game, 4 out of 10. I've noticed that a lot of people are, because it's a CMT forums, obviously, where I post, and a lot of people ask me why I don't talk about CMT much. Well, I'll talk about it today if you like. I've got CMT. I've got CMT 1A. I have not much feeling from just below my knees. I don't know whether that's a CMT or whether that's blood flow problems or what, because I've also got hypothyroidism, gastroesophageal reflux disease, and chronic back pain in my lower back. So it could be a sort of mixture of all 4 things that sort of give me the pain I'm on. I have trouble walking. I have trouble gripping. I can only grip things for a couple of seconds and then I can't grip them. You'll see some of my vlogs where I do Lego building, and I literally force myself for like 15 or 20 minutes to build Lego, and I will not stop until I have finished, and only then will I stop, because once the adrenaline's gone and I've built whatever I'm building, my hands cannot grip anything, whether it be a cup of tea, whether it be a slice of toast. I cannot grip nothing once that Lego building's done. I did go through a spate of doing quite a few figures, and it didn't do me fingers any good at all. So I know I've got to be really careful, because obviously CMT is your extremities and everything. It's been really, really cold, and as such, I don't know whether other CMTers get this, but basically from just below my knee, all my right foot and my right leg goes blue with purple. It does not go a normal colour whatsoever. I can literally run my fingers down my leg, and all you can see are white marks down my leg that then fade as the purple comes back. It scares my wife, I know it does, because the colour is not normal. It's the kind of colour that people normally have before they have the leg amputated. I don't get no pain in my lower legs and feet because I can't feel them. And that's the honest truth. I've known before where I've looked down and I've had blood in my socks and I've had blood down my legs and not realised that because I've had an itch, I've reached down and scratched and it's made a mess of my leg and I've bled everywhere, and I don't know because I can't feel it. I'm not going to say I've got no feeling all over my body, and that if I dip my hand in scalding hot water, I can't feel it. Of course I can. It just takes a few extra seconds for the brain to realise that that is bloody hot. I don't harp on about my CMT because I don't want to be seen as just CMT. I'm an author, I'm a writer, and I'm a vlogger. And I've only been a vlogger since June the 1st last year, when I decided to kick myself up the arse and give myself something positive to do with my life. And vlogging is positive. I see quite a lot of people who post things about the CMT and the feet and their arms and the stuff. And some person actually posted today, does anybody else get numbness in the lower legs? Which absolutely cracked me up, because that's one of the major signs of CMT. That's like saying, does anybody get clawed toes? Mine do. Mine bend over. I can't remember the last time my toes were actually straight on my right foot. And my left foot is doing exactly the same now, where my toenails are disappearing underneath. I can't see a thing. Because of my back problems, I have a job to clean my feet. My feet are not easy to clean at all. They are a real, real struggle. And I won't let anybody else do it for me, because I hate my feet with a vengeance. They are the horriblest thing for me on the planet. I don't like them. They are manky, horrible, nasty things that I wish I hadn't got. I use calipers when I go out. I've got to go to the hospital hopefully tomorrow and take my calipers back, because the strap what holds the metal buckle has snapped off completely and needs reattaching, sewing back on. I use a stick when I also, as well as my calipers, I used to use what it's called, something that wrapped around my leg and a metal hook come off it, and it attached to my shoe to hold the shoe in place so that my foot wouldn't drop. So I literally had a foot that was straight rather than bent over, because my foot won't lift at all. But I don't I don't like just emphasising all about CMT. I want to show people that it is possible to enjoy your life, because some people seem to think that CMT is the be all and the end all of their lives. It isn't. It isn't. You've got to think the positives. I can tell you now that over the last 10 years, I've had to give up everything I love doing, sports-wise. Years ago, I had to give up football and cricket. And in the last 2 years, I've had to give up snooker and darts, which were my lifeline. They were my enjoyment. It made me go low. It made me go really depressed. But I've found positives from it. I've started doing a lot more writing. I've started doing vlogging. I do gaming. I do jigsaws when I can manage them. And I build Lego figures. I do a lot of reading. You know, I'm determined that I will not let the CMT turn my life upside down. I won't let it. No chance. It's affecting my legs and it's affecting my arms and my hands, but it's not going to ruin my life, because I'm 46 and I could have another 50 years left yet. And I'm not going to spend 50 years wallowing in CMT. Not for nobody. I love the money. So that is why I don't talk much about CMT, to be perfectly honest with you, because people seem to think that once you start talking about that, it's going to get really depressing and all that sort of stuff. I can't be bothered with CMT, to be perfectly honest with you. It's only the fact that I've been told I've got it that, you know, that I have to admit I've got it. Otherwise, it would just be, nah, I'm alright. I always say that. People ask me how I am. I'm alright. Doesn't bother me. I'm alive and I'm lucky. And there's a lot of people who aren't so lucky, including an update on the footballer who went missing yesterday, Emiliano Sala. It's not looking good. They've given up hope, really, of finding him. They said that in the waters where it looks like it crashed, you could only survive for a few hours, and I think it's been 36 hours now, and they're not holding out much hope at all. They found no wreckage. They found nothing at all. So unfortunately, it does look like he has died on the flight over here, which is a very, very sad day. So yeah, next time, you know, you're thinking wallowing in self-pity, just remember, you're alive, you're breathing, be grateful. I'll do another video tomorrow. You all take care. Thank you for watching my daily vlog. I hope it was informative and interesting. If you like what I'm doing, then you can subscribe to my channel by clicking there. And if you want to see exactly what I was talking about yesterday, you can look up there. Bye for now.